What's going on, everybody? We should be live now. It said enable auto start. There we go.
You got double audio.
I got double audio?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what about now? We should be good over there. I should have handled that on the back end. Anyway, hey. Okay, so see, here we go. See, this is what happens with them kinks. You should know better than this, tall boy. See, this is why you don't bring people on the show. This is why you don't bring people on the show, because, see, they're going to be talking bad about me in the text messages, talking about tall boy over here doing too much over here. Yeah, they're going to be talking bad about me. So we're going to figure this out real quick, because I can't have that. All right, come on now. Now, we should know better than this. All right, there we go. Let's see. Does that work now? Am I still getting double audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear an echo.
He said he still hears the echo. Okay, so I'm turned everything off over here. So we're live streaming over here. Okay, shut out his channel. Now, why is my other channel still going on? Oh my God, Lord help me. See, yep, I hear you with that delayed over there. Lord, please don't do this to me. Okay, so let's see. Why are we not live over here? We're live. Okay. Okay, so why am I still having this audio? Can y'all hear me now? Is it still delayed?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you. It sounds like there's another, like a browser.
It seems like there's another show going on somewhere.
Correct, yes. But we can hear you.
Okay, I don't want to close that out. But if I close this out, if I do this one, yeah, I can still hear it. Okay, so I'm muted here, and then I'm muted. They got 5 people. Bear with me, guys. I am so sorry for the 5 people that are watching. This is so embarrassing because y'all know we don't roll like this, and I'm not sure where this double audio is, but we will be talking some Super Bowl talk as soon as we figure out where this double audio is coming from. All right. See, they are already calling and talking bad about me right now. They're already doing it. Okay, what are we doing? We still got the double audio? I hear JP Hi-Tek voicemail. Is that right? Lord Jesus. Okay. Why is this? This is like triple audio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's now it's triple.
I just closed everything out. I close this out.
Yeah. I'm hearing 2 different events on top of your voice happening right now.
So is somebody watching on YouTube somewhere else?
No.
Mm-mm.
You're not on YouTube. Okay, I'm on YouTube here. This is muted. Okay, so YouTube Studio is muted. Stream Alive is muted. And the only thing that should be going on right now is... Okay, come on. Where we at? Thank you guys for your patience. I definitely appreciate it. James looked like he just... What the hell is going on? Brother, you should know better than this. Boy, you know better. Boy, curse me out later. Dog me out, y'all. I am so sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. We gonna pray for you. It's all right.
You good, man.
Now you gotta laugh at yourself sometime. You know what I'm saying?
No, we will.
Oh yeah, brother. I started in the chat already.
I appreciate
you. Listen,
okay,
man,
we gotta figure. We can't
sometimes, man.
Yeah, but we cutting into our hour, and I don't want to cut into our hour, brother. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm not understanding what I'm doing wrong because there ain't nothing else up. Okay, come on. There's nothing else up right now.
You don't have any browser running? In the
No other
background
browsers
anywhere?
are running. I got all my browsers up right now, and yeah, I don't have nothing else running.
There's a playback. That's what's happening. It sounds
Right,
like
and I
there's
go
a
in, and
playback.
I went into my I went into my settings and changed the audio to my ears to the Rodecaster Pro 2, and it's not coming up.
Okay. There's always a backup. You got James. James can take over.
But he don't have everything that I got set up with all these these pictures.
And he's
true,
using
that's
D-Mix, not Ecamm, right? So it's a
Oh no, we're not doing that, bro.
No, I'm saying it's a whole different stream to
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
Yeah. It's not the same platform. Yeah.
Is it still going now? I think I ended it. I don't know what I hit, but it looked like it went away.
Okay. So the playback stopped. It's just your voice that's doubled as a robot.
There's some garble going on.
Okay, if that's the case, let me make sure that I don't have two audio sources going over here. Yep, we're going to definitely be cutting that part out. Audio microphone here. I see caller 1, caller 2, caller 3. I only have one audio source, so I'm going to kill my audio, guys.
Message on your phone from JP Hi-Tek saying, "My goodness, man."
All right. Is that double audio? Yep. I knew y'all was going to talk about me. I can hear all of that in the background. I appreciate y'all dogging me. My goodness.
Me.
Okay,
Bro, we're chatting right now. We're like,
I
yo,
see.
this is brutal, man.
Yeah. All right, I think I got it. I think I'm good. What's going on, everybody? My name is Tallboy. We got this thing somewhat figured out, and we're going to make it work and
How
make
many
it do
buttons you gotta
what it
press?
do. Man, don't do me like that, brother. Don't do me like that.
I'm gonna do something for Rich Vibes, though. I'm gonna do something for Rich Vibes.
Oh my!
Telling me no.
Oh my God!
That's all
Yo,
I'm gonna
this
do.
is God telling you maybe not tonight.
No, we doing it tonight, whether you like it or not. We're gonna do it tonight. But there's no double audio, so that's a good thing. All right, so look. Welcome, guys. It is the Tallboy Experience. We're here to talk Super Bowl, talk football, talk sports, talk whatever you want to call it. And I got a couple people that want to come in, and they said that they wanted to give some feedback. They were at the game. Hopefully, I'm not crackling over there on y'all. I should be good on my end. And so I just wanted to say hello. And we said we're going to do more streaming on this channel. So now that we're here, we're going to get these kinks worked out, but we're going to make it happen. So without further ado, let me go ahead and start bringing in our guests. Our first guy, he's from Nashville, Tennessee, and he is the proud owner of, let me make sure I get this correct. He is the proud owner of Starting and Scaling Your Business with Live Video, Live Stream. He has a book out. I think I said that book right. And he has a TV podcast, a season 5 of Content Creator University, business TV podcast extraordinaire, Mr. JP Hi-Tek. How you doing, JP?
Hey, family. It was good. Honored to be here. Very honored. Appreciate you guys having me on the platform. Like you said, I'm honored to say I'm a #1 Amazon bestseller of the live stream blueprint, which is available right now for anybody to get. And yes, I do have my weekly TV broadcast. It airs on TV, YouTube and all the platform, all the best places that you want to be at, right? It's called the Content Creators University, and I love empowering other creators just to develop and establish the business side of creating content. And always excited and honored whenever I have this type of opportunity to be here. For the folks that do not know, I am a global branding expert, and my goal is to empower leaders to dominate their competition, building a premium brand. So honored to be here. Looking forward to the conversation.
That's what's up. And then secondly, I got my guy. He was at the Super Bowl. weekend in Las Vegas. He wasn't there at the actual game, but he had a chance to do some real big things out there. I met this brother back in the Super Bowl. I forgot what year it was, but it was in New Orleans, and they had a nonprofit called Mission 22. As you see, I got him on my screen instead of myself. Oh my God, I'm tripping really hard, y'all. So I got Mission 22. I'm wearing their shirt. He is the founder or the co-founder, or he is the director. He's somewhere high up there with Mission 22, and he'll tell you all about that real briefly. Mr. Red Earl. How you doing, Red? You doing good?
Yes, I'm doing good. How are you, tall boy?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm all right. He's back home from all of his travels, and he said, you know what, tall boy, I would like to talk a little bit about what our mission is all about, and talk about some of the experiences that we had at the game. So real briefly, tell him about Mission 22 and the game, or Mission 22. Mission 22.
Mission 22 is a nonprofit military charity that battles veteran suicide. It was founded by 3 Green Berets after one of their teammates took his life. And, they were sitting after the funeral, and they said, the military trains us to kill. We've been Green Berets our whole career. They don't teach us how to decompress or deal with veteran suicide. And, Green Berets, they see some of the worst of the worst. And once this happened, they decided they wanted to start a charity. It started in Nashville, Indiana, and started by 3 Green Berets. One of the guys was a Delta Force operator, and they just wanted to reach out to veterans who may be struggling with the demons of PTSD and everything. And we just wanted to provide them some assistance. So what we do at Mission 22, we raise money, and then we send people that are battling the demons. We send them to like a working ranch where we have horses or different things, and they will interact there with other veterans have gone through the same stuff, doctors, therapists. We find out what their stressor is, and we try to eliminate that from their life. We work with their family and their employer to totally eliminate it, and we have a high success rate. I think it's somewhere around 92 to 95% success rate, where the veterans are no longer having the suicidal thoughts.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. All right, so we're gonna. You had an opportunity to do some cool things over there in Las Vegas. They have a sanctioned event, and you'll talk a little bit about that shortly. And then after that, we'll let you go ahead and get back to what you were doing. But without further ado, I got to add one more person that's on our panel. And this brother, outside of him talking bad about me, he's from California. He's very knowledgeable in a lot of areas. And we all know him. If you know me, you've seen him on a couple of my shows. He used to work for Apple, and he'll tell you real briefly. He'll give you his Steve Jobs moment. All right. So he'll tell you, you get better one day at a time, something like that. He bumped into him and he did something crazy. But anyway, he didn't lose his job. And after that, he said, you know what? I think I'm a real smart man, and I'm going to go off and brand myself. And he said, you know what? I'm going to create Hicks New Media. And from there, he went on and started doing some miraculous things, some marvelous things. And he's been building and taking the internet streets by storm with all of his micro content. So without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce you to Mr. James Hicks. James Hicks, how you doing, brother?
Man, watch your mouth. Go ahead, brother. Okay. See, I was gonna talk bad about you, but you brought me on like that. So I'm gonna give you some love.
Oh, okay.
Appreciate
all right.
you for having me here.
That's all good, man. I got some major difficulties going on over here because I had some other stuff set up, and I don't know what has happened. Did our guy Red leave? Okay.
Well, he was in the car, right?
Okay,
So
there he
he's on
is.
the move.
There he
on
is.
the
I
move,
got
so.
I got everybody. So before I put everybody on the screen, James, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man.
No, man, appreciate you again for putting this together. James Hicks, digital entrepreneur, consultant, technologist focused on the business of technology. And so that's what I typically do from a normal day-to-day perspective. I also run a consultancy organization, Hicks New Media, where we do digital publishing and technology consulting. Was just at the Super Bowl yesterday for the entire weekend and was able to cover that. So I believe today we're going to talk a little bit of sports. We're going to talk about the commercials. We're going to talk about the game, the economic effect of one young Miss Taylor Swift, which can't be denied. So we got to talk about that as well. And then we're gonna talk about Usher, right? He did what he had to do.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna just go say it right there, man. But no, let's get into it, man. Because look, I got about 45 minutes because my wife is waiting for your boy to take her to dinner. So if she come,
you've
if she
been
come
you've been
busting through
MIA.
this door.
You've been
Yeah,
MIA
listen,
for the last couple of days, so she's saying, "Daddy, I'm ready for you to, take me out to eat." Okay, I'm not mad at it.
Don't get me in trouble and you're talking football. Okay, let's do this, man.
All right, so real briefly, y'all want to do the Las Vegas experience, or do y'all want to just go right into the game? Like, which one y'all want to do?
I'm here to follow your lead, man.
Well, let's go ahead because we're going to talk about the Las Vegas experience because it's not just necessarily the game that you actually go into, right? You just don't go to the game. There's a lot of events that are actually leading up to it. And one of the events is a sanctioned event. And this is where my guy Red, he was a part of an annual event that they do. I think it's 24 years, and it's called the Celebrity Sweat Flag Football Game. I called myself trying to surprise James, but I thought it was on Friday and not on Thursday. And he said, "Tallboy, nah, man, that ain't gonna happen, brother. I don't fly out till Friday." So my guy Red, he goes there every year. He's had a great relationship and a partnership with Celebrity Sweat. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get Celebrity Sweat on the screen. There we go. And Red, tell us a little bit about Celebrity Sweat and your partnership with the Celebrity Sweat Flag Football Game. What is it? What is it all about? And all that good old stuff.
Celebrity Sweat, this was our 24th year doing it. This was our first year doing it on a Thursday night. The NFL sanctions this event, and they wanted to try it out on a Thursday night. The past 23 years, we would always do it on the Saturday before the Super Bowl, and it's comprised of many celebrities, celebrity athletes, actors, race car drivers, MMA fighters, boxers, just anybody who's a celebrity, whether it's a big celebrity or even a local celebrity. And they get out there and they play flag football, and they have a great time. This year was our highest scoring game, and it was won at the last 3 seconds of the game. Doug Flutie was the quarterback. He came in to replace RG3, who had injured his back. And Doug Flutie threw a bomb with 3 seconds left into the end zone to win the game by 1 point. It was a great event and lots of fans there. A thing that is unique about this game is when the game is over, the celebrities, a lot of celebrities will either walk up into the stands or over to the side of the field and sign autographs, take pictures, and so it's a great fan experience for fans. This year they had a variety of different celebrities, and they had a few people from the Jersey Shore there, and it was just a great event altogether. And I recommend if someone's going to the Super Bowl festivities to check out the Celebrity Sweat flag football game. It'll be an experience like no other experience.
Yeah, so I think this is the play that you were talking about right here that you sent over to me, right? Where he threw it and it ended up with 3 seconds left to go. You said.
Yes.
So this is.
Yeah.
So can you walk us through this play?
RG3, Doug Flutie threw it to Alexander was it Matson or Madison?
Yeah, Madison.
Yeah. He threw it in the end zone, and you can see right there the crowd going crazy. Um, the whole game, it was a shootout back and forth. And Tracy McGrady, or T-Mac, he was the captain of one team, and RG3 was the captain of the other. And they kept, poking at each other the whole time. And Tracy McGrady drove his team down and scored, and they were 5 points ahead when Doug Flutie took the ball. They had 3 seconds left. So naturally, they're going to go for a bomb. And Doug Flutie was at the 10-yard line and threw a bomb into the end zone and scored the winning touchdown.
Okay, so as we can see on the screen, this was the roster here of who was there at the celebrity. So it's some big names over here.
Yep.
You had for Team T-Mac, they had Tracy McGrady, the Pointer Brothers, DJ Pauly D, Justin Gage, Doug Flutie, Roscoe Dash, Rob Riggle, Sean Marion, Ulai Monster Diaz, Alicia Clark, Anthony Showtime Pettis, and Ashley Sabera. And then for Team RG3, they had Robert Griffin III, RG3. Is it Greta Griffin?
Yes,
not sure.
that's his wife.
Okay, Greta Griffin. Okay, so she was playing husband and wife team. Josh Richards, Deontay Wilder, Flex Lewis, Bilal Muhammad, Alexander Madison, Sean Stellato, Sidney Colson, Brian Bogmartner, Kevin Dillon, Ryan Ochoa, Jason Tartik, and Willie Galt. Those are the people that was out there doing their thing for that play right there. So this is an actual. Go ahead.
And when RG3 got injured in the game, because Doug Flutie's on the roster with T-Mac, when RG3 got injured, they needed a quarterback. So Lisa, who started Celebrity Sweat, she took Doug Flutie off T-Mac's team and put him on RG3's team. And then after the game, they all was calling Doug a traitor. And Doug said, I go to who pays me the most.
Can you tell us a little bit, Lisa? What is Lisa's last name?
Lisa Levine.
Yeah, Lisa Levine. So can you tell us a little bit about her and her efforts of doing Celebrity Sweat?
Yes. Her and her sister Debbie started this company many years ago, and it's a fitness program that they work with a lot of different celebrities making fitness videos. Two of the original celebrities that started with them are Doug Flutie and Billy Blanks of Tybo.
Mm-hmm.
And what we've done in the past is we try to include the military veterans or active duty servicemen and women into some of the things. And we've given out, probably in the 24 years that we've done this, we've probably given out 15,000 tickets or more to veterans, servicemen and women and their families to come to the games for free. But also, the leading up to the event, some of the celebrities will go onto a local military base and they will do workouts with some of the servicemen and women, and they video it, and they build that camaraderie between the military veterans and the celebrities. And a lot of people tell me all the time, I've been doing this with them for, I think, 21 years now. And what a lot of veterans and fans tell me when they meet these celebrities, they see them on TV or something, and they get a different perspective of how they are. But when they meet them in person, they always tell me, well, heck, they're just a normal person. They act all normal, and they're nice, and they're not stuck up or anything like they thought that they would be because of the celebrity status. And I tell them, hey, they're just normal people that have a talent that people pay to watch, and they like to be treated like a normal person. They don't like for things to be all handed to them and everything. But the events that we do are phenomenal. And the thing I like about it is I'm a combat veteran, and I like that they recognize the military. A few years ago, they started adding a couple of military people to the roster. This year, they had a Air Force veteran who was blown up and burnt. He lost both of his ears. He lost all of his fingers and thumb off one hand. He was burnt 90% of his body. He had a 15% chance to live, and he survived everything. And he was from the Vegas area, and he was one of our veteran players this year. And it was great to see him out there and being recognized as a combat veteran who had been blown up and survived.
Wow. Okay. So this event is primarily like the kickoff, or is this one of the kickoff events for the Super Bowl weekend?
Yes, like I said earlier, it's sanctioned by the NFL. We have NFL referees that come out there and play or the ref the game, and it's just like the part of the NFL fan experience. It's open to the public, and it's a great way to get the week or weekend kicked off for all the great stuff that goes on during Super Bowl week or weekend. And I've never heard anybody give a bad comment about it because of the experience that they have. And some of these people get to meet some of the fans or some of the celebrities that they have been fans of for years. And I've seen men and women meet these celebrities and just break down tears where they're crying because they thought that they would never be able to meet their, I guess, quote unquote hero. But
Gotcha.
it's a great event.
Gotcha. JP, James, y'all got questions for Red or anything like that?
No, I don't have a question. Man.
I do
Just
not
what
at
I
the
was gonna say in
moment.
the comments. I'm gonna say, like I said, what I said in the comments. Great organization sounds like, man. So keep doing that good work. I will just say that.
Honestly, yep.
Real
Yeah,
brief. Well, I was going to say, can you tell us real briefly before I let you go about Mission 22? I'm going to put your website on the screen. Tell us about Mission
Yes.
22 and then how people can be a part of it or support it or anything like that. Like, just tell people briefly about Mission 22.
Okay, like I said earlier, Mission 22 is a nonprofit military charity that helps veterans deal with suicidal thoughts. Anytime we lose a veteran to suicide, it's a tragedy. Statistically, 22 veterans a day take their own lives. And what we do at Mission 22 is we have events to raise money. The money that we raise pays for a treatment for 30 days for any veteran who needs help. It is totally free to the veteran. We have programs that are for veterans and their spouses. so the spouse kind of learns what the trigger to the veteran is, and our ultimate goal is to get the 22 down to 0. Um, it's a tragic situation when a veteran takes his own life, because you know not all wounds are visible. When I came back from combat zone, I was depressed, seeing some of my friends and my brothers in arms killed, and it just bothered me. I didn't have any scars, but I had PTSD from it, and a lot of people, whenever you tell them, hey, I'm a combat veteran, and they look you up and down like, where's your missing body parts or scars? But like I said, all wounds are not visible, and what we do is we try to help all those veterans to get rid of their bad thoughts and let them know that the world is a better place with them in it. Let them know that there's more to life than deciding when they want to leave this life on their own. So, I encourage everybody to go to mission22.com, check us out. If they want to get involved, we have what's called an ambassador program. When we started in March of 2016, I was the 7th ambassador that signed up. And now we have ambassadors in all 50 states and 4 countries.
Wow.
So we took a small idea that started in Nashville, Indiana, by 3 Green Berets, and we have exploded into a worldwide charity. And we couldn't do it without support from organizations or other veterans or family members of veterans who care enough to come out and volunteer and to help us raise money so we can end veteran suicide.
Man, that's what's up, man. Red, I thank you for coming on, sharing the story. Seems like you had a great time, and you do this every year. So hopefully next year I'll get a chance to see you down in New Orleans, because that's where I went to college at. So I look forward to seeing all of that happen, if God willing. So thank you once again for hanging out with us. It's Mission 22. My man James Hicks said powerful stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, that's what we got going on. So thank you once again, man. And like I said, I wanted to make sure that we got the word out of what Mission 22 was, what Celebrity Sweat Flag Football, and, your role with them as well. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem. And I hope to see you next year. You come down, I got you those sideline passes.
Okay, I got you. Hey, look, Tall Boy like the interview now, so we can make that magic happen, brother. We can make that happen.
I know you and I had fun in Houston when we were in Houston together.
Yes, yeah. Okay, that's what's up, man. So, you be blessed and have a good weekend, all right? Or have a good week.
Right. You guys take care. Love y'all.
Be good.
Bye.
All right, have a good one.
All right, guys. So that was Mission 22, and that's how they normally start off Super Bowl weekend. They have about 12 sanctioned events: Super Bowl gospel celebration, the NFL honors, the Celebrity Sweat Flag football game, and a host of others that lead up to the game. And I couldn't make it there this year, but I had some people that had their boots on the ground. They were doing some cool things behind the scenes, and I was getting regular updates, and James was holding out hostage, so he'll probably send me some videos shortly of what he was able to capture, so we can see what he's got going on. But it's time to go ahead and start talking the actual football stuff. So you want to talk about the game, the commercials, Usher, or the Las Vegas experience, James? Talk to us.
The Las Vegas experience, that could go in all kinds of different directions, brother. I want to mention about one particular sanctioned event as well that I also went to as well. So let's do that, and then if you want to go into
come on, let's do it. Come on. It's all you,
Yeah,
brother.
so I mean, I've done a number of technology conferences, technology events, and entertainment and business events, but this was my first Super Bowl, right?
Wow.
So the whole experience was
Hold on,
very
hold on, brother. Hold
enlightening.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Okay,
We got to give you your props,
this
brother.
guy's
This is
yeah,
your
put the
first
music
Super
on.
Bowl, brother. Like, yo, that's really
Yeah,
big. I mean,
yeah,
you do conferences, you do
yeah.
events, but no, this is big, brother. Like, you don't. I mean, the Super Bowl, that's like the number one sporting event in America, and you're there. Like, dude, we got to give you your props, man. We want you to get your flowers,
Appreciate you.
brother.
Appreciate you on that. And the reason that I also am being trying to be humble about it is because I don't know if you recall, and I know JP probably remembers this, but last year I said that I wanted to take Team No Sleep on the road and do events in person, and it has come to fruition. I've spoken it into existence, and the event to do it at was the Super Bowl. So that right there is really a huge thing as well. And I want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, JJ Raymond. He is the one who actually got me connected into the Athletes in Action. There's Super Bowl breakfast. So that's where the
Okay.
Bart Star War gets presented, where Minka Fitzpatrick, safety from the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he won that this year. So we were able to attend that and see legends in the game. We saw folks that obviously that got the gold jacket, folks that have played many of years, folks that are still playing, and we got to network and mingle with folks that are really close to the game from a business perspective. So that really made it good for me as an entrepreneur to be in that room. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that particular event as well. Yeah, it's not just a game, folks. There is so much going on behind the scene, and quite frankly, I was pleasantly surprised at what the NFL does from a community outreach perspective. So just like your friend Red was talking about, the working with veterans and working with folks with mental concerns, working with PTSD, working with child trafficking and things of that nature. The folks that I met, Rex Ryan's brother, I met Rob Ryan, him and his wife, and they have an organization focused specifically on child trafficking. And they're so involved in that. So it was just really good to see that the NFL, we always hear some of the bad stuff, right? We hear Goodell is out here doing thing, and whatever the case may be, you can either like them or you cannot like them. You can like the 32 owners, you cannot like them. But what's happening around the organization, around the league in terms of working with the community should be commended and actually should be looked at. And I just wanted to give that plug out there.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. JP, what are your thoughts? I know you didn't go out to Nashville, but Super Bowl weekend. Did you have any parties up there in your area? Did you watch the game? Did you have any money on the game? Did you win? Did you lose? Talk to us. Tell us what's going on in your world. What happened with you and your Super Bowl experience?
Nice, nice. It was a nice weekend. So, whenever I go to watch a Super Bowl, it's more for all the fun stuff. So I'm talking about, the halftime show. Like Usher, we'll talk about that. Like you mentioned earlier, specifically the ads, right? Amazing ads. Really, really looking forward to talking about that because that was my experience there. Not necessarily the game, but I was at one of my brother's house. We were chilling yesterday. It was the inauguration of the whole thing, and we were just spending family time right there, just relaxing and watching the game. So I wasn't necessarily invested into a specific game. I was just invested into spending time with family and friends, connecting, and really just leveraging that moment to create unique time together, and that was my experience here, right? And so if you want, we can go ahead and jump into it. The very first thing I wanted to actually talk about is this commercial. It's crazy. That Super Bowl, man, they have one of the best commercials possible out there, man. And so one that I want to talk about, I'm not sure you guys watched it, it has to do with State Farm with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? I would say a good neighbor, right? That was really, really something where everybody was telling him neighbor, And he said, "Yeah, neighbor." Right? It was just so brilliant. Really, really love that commercial from State Farm. And the next one that I want to mention on the list it has to do with Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Matt Damon, and all of that. Where they had the Duncans, right? Yeah, they came out as a
Dude,
team
Tom
and they were
Brady was in
acting
that
like,
commercial, right? That was crazy.
yeah. And
Right.
they came out as a team auditioning to Jennifer Lopez, and that was very brilliant. Those were one of my two favorite commercials on the Super Bowl. Not sure about H.E.R. Let us know, but yeah, briefly that's my experience so far.
Okay. So for the ones who don't know, to create a commercial, the commercial was $233,000 and $233,333 per second. So that totaled out to be $6,999,990. So by the time they got through with tax, they was over $7 million for a 30-second spot. I was highly disappointed in the commercials. I felt like you telling me I'm watching these commercials. Now, this is just Tallboy now. I'm putting myself on the screen, y'all. I'm putting myself on the screen. I felt for $7 million, they could have did a better job. Now, I do like the fact that they were able to bring like the twins with The Good Neighbor, with Danny DeVito and also Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought that was cool. For me, I thought my top three commercials that I saw, and I actually did not see this one until this morning, the Doritos commercial. And I believe that I called it Doritos was going to have the best commercial. I thought that they had the best commercial, in my humble opinion. I thought that Dove had a very nice commercial. And the last commercial that I thought that was really good, and I'm trying to, the NFL Super Bowl Born to Play. I thought those were my top three. Now, in your defense, JP, they said the top three commercials based off of what the reports are saying on Yahoo. They're saying the top three commercials were Like a Good Neighbor with State Farm, the Dunk Kings with them, and number three was Perfect 10 Kia, and number four was Worth Remembering with Uber Eats. Those were the top
Let's
four.
go.
So you called out what you thought, but but like I said, I want to know what us think about those commercials, because I'm sorry, $7 million and you showing wine bottles or corks going through buildings, and you got space stuff going, alien stuff hovering over the people. I don't know about that one, brother. I just felt like that was just a waste of money, in my opinion. But the women, they like the Verizon commercial with the Beyonce talking about they can't be broken, and she dropped two country songs. So the power of marketing, huh?
I was gonna say, country song. Think about that.
Yeah, two country songs. So she dropped two country songs there, and then Google Pixel also dropped a commercial talking about In Frame. So basically, they showed a commercial of a guy that was blind, and basically he would hold the phone up in that area, and they'll say one person, two persons, and then he'll click, and then he would have a perfect picture, or three people, your dog and two people are in this photo, and they were just showing multiple people with a blurred vision. He was just documenting his life, and now he has this memory of all of these photos that he was able to take. Just with him being blind, he could still use his phone. I thought that was nice as well. James, I don't know, did you get a chance to check out any of the commercials?
I was just going to say, I didn't get the chance to check out too many of the commercials. We were in the midst of some festivities there in Las Vegas, but I did so. I wanted to touch back on the whole Beyonce thing, right? Because again, she was kind of given Easter eggs at the Grammys by wearing that cowboy hat. We didn't know, right? We didn't realize it until here now, Super Bowl. She had her commercial and she's dropping country songs. Will this be the thing? These new country songs, I'm gonna throw a little controversy out here. Will this be the thing that maybe gets her
Grammy
album, the Grammy, right? May this be the thing? So I'm gonna put that out there in the atmosphere. February 12th. Y'all heard me say it first. I'm just gonna leave that there. The only two commercials that really grabbed me were the ones that pulled at the heartstrings. One was the "He Gets Us," the one about having that true relationship with Jesus Christ as your personal savior. So the "He Gets Us," and then the imagery around that being being a creator, being a photographer, being a videographer. JP can probably agree with this as well. Just those images that were put up on for that particular commercial really were ones that grabbed at the heartstrings. And I like the Kia call about the electric vehicle. So the little girl was out there ice skating. Her grandfather couldn't make it, so they used the Kia to charge up and go to the cabin. So those were the two that I really liked that pulled at me.
Okay, that's what's
No,
up.
you didn't think I was gonna come with a little bite with a little history.
No. I mean, you're doing what James do. You make people.
I'm doing what I do, brother.
Yeah, you make people think. That's all that is, brother. You make them think. So these are the list in order of the commercials. Let me see if I can get that to scroll down just a little bit for us. Let's see. They said the best Super Bowl commercials. And this is what they say. This is per Yahoo Sports. First one was the Good Like a Good Neighbor, the Dunk Kings. Let me see. Let me scroll over here and see what they say here. Number 3 was the Perfect 10, the Kia. I think that's the one that you were talking about, the EV vehicle.
And Uber Eats was good too, man. The Uber Eats commercial was decent. Was not mind blowing, 7 million worth, but
right.
But it was okay. I'm not sure what number that may hold on the list, but yeah, I remember that as well.
That was number 4.
Okay.
And then Born to Play was number 5. That's the one where the kid was from Africa and he wanted to play football, and he was running through the village or running through his city, and everybody was trying to get at him, and he finally made it to the field. And then when he made it to the field, one player that was from Africa said, "Hey, this field is yours. Thank you. For this is your opportunity to be whoever you want to be." And I thought that was a great commercial. Dove had a nice. I knew that they were going to have a lot of women commercials, and I think that was like one of the first opening commercials. Dove. Okay. So they were one of the first opening ones, and they did a good job. I don't know who this guy is, and I should be shot for not knowing who he is, but Christopher Walken, he did BMW, and Usher was in this in this commercial as well. Yeah. And they said the Super Bowl old school delivery with the Clydesdales, they were number 8. And then number 9 was Can't Be Broken with Beyonce. And then 10, Doritos with Dina and Mito. And the crazy thing about that Dina and Mito one, James and JP, I saw that brand of Doritos in the grocery store on Sunday, and I was like, should I buy it? Should I not buy it? I ain't know what, but I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the commercial or not, but this is where the 2 old ladies were in the store. They're trying to pick up a bag of Doritos. The gentleman is in there, and he snatches the last bag. And it's kind of like snooze, you lose. You're too slow. And he leaves, and they tried to take him out. And as they're trying to take him out, they're literally riding scooters. They're literally ziplining from their apartment complex. And they finally get the bag of Doritos. They finally get it. And as soon as they get it, there was somebody that was in the store that kept calling for the Dina and Mita. And she comes in as soon as they get the bag of Doritos, she takes them out the hand, and it was like, that's it, Doritos. So, I mean, it was pretty cool. It was very interactive, fast paced, and it was exactly what I expected Doritos to do. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then that was the top 10. So, and then number 11 was Google Pixel 8, the one in frame, and the Mayo Cat Hellman's was 12, and then Pickle Babies with the pickleball. I thought that was Steve Smith in there, but I'm not sure if that was Steve Smith in that baby commercial. And then 14 was An American Love Story with Volkswagen, and let me see, Cereva. CeraVe, I'm sorry. CeraVe was 15. And then to round out the last 5 was Paramount. Wicked was 17. That's the movie that's coming out. We all thought it was, oh my God, I should be shot for this. The Wizard of Oz. We thought it was The Wizard of Oz, but it wasn't. It's a movie that's coming out in October. And then Clarence B. Jones, his draft speech for Martin Luther King Jr., that was 18. And then 19 was Bud Light, Easy Night Out. And then 20, the top 20 was Superior Beach, Michelob Ultra. So those are the top 20 commercials. So I have a question for you guys. If you guys are watching on your phone, I do apologize. I was supposed to do this earlier. If you're watching this content on your phone, let us know on your phone, who do you think had the best Super Bowl commercial in your opinion? On your phone, press 1 if you think it was Dove, 2 Verizon, 3 Popeyes, 4 Dunk Kings, 5 BMW, 6 Budweiser, 7 State Farm, 8 Uber Eats, 9 Doritos, or 10 if it was a different one. 1 through 10, let us know in the comments, what do you think, or who do you think had the best Super Bowl commercial? That's a lot of money, man. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of money that was spent. That was a lot of money that was spent.
Hey, cost of doing business now. And so even think about this. So bringing in the business of technology side, a lot of those commercials took advantage of AI technology as well. Right. So
can you
create those commercials?
Can you explain further on that?
From what I understand, and again, I didn't watch them all on JP. I don't know if you saw them as well, but from what I understand, a lot of generative content was utilized in some of those commercials, right? It either not necessarily CGI, but again, using artificial intelligence and using computer generated algorithms to actually show some of the stuff on the screen. So it wasn't always actual real people. It was something that was fed into a computer algorithm to be displayed on the screen. But just that entrant of AI within the Super Bowl commercials, I think that probably raised the price. I need to go eat. That probably increased the price of these particular commercials. And then again, when you're thinking that it's $7 million for 30 seconds, did Budweiser get their $7 million? Did Kia get their $7 million for what they created and presented to, not, I was going to say the American people, but to the world? I wonder about that as well.
Interesting.
Oh, that's a good point, man. That's honestly a good point. And yeah, if you look at, or you recall that commercial about, the faith-based commercial where you see Jesus and when they drove that story home about your faith. If you look at some of the images, you could tell. I mean, I could, because I work in creator space. I could tell that generative AI was used to generate some of those images. And so that was really, really cool, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, look at that. Because you can tell when is a real person or not. Right. And so it's just fantastic how that could be incorporated from, creating that and then animating that and creating an overall story to create an emotion in people's mind and hearts. And really, we appreciated that commercial and the way they put it together. Of course, it's all about creativity, right? Is who was the most creative in the whole thing when it comes down to them making the money, but also the public chooses, right? That's why they're like, hey, who's voting for the best? Which one is the first, according to the public? Like, which one did people enjoy? And so that metric kind of plays a lot of, a big role in them also getting paid and making that money. But overall, what that does for everyone is the experience, right? The Super Bowl experience. Because when you want to look at it from a business standpoint, we got to look at the whole thing. And that's a playbook that I always say, as entrepreneurs ourselves, we got to copy, right? Because even though it's a game, I always talk about that, is the experience surrounding the product that people are going to stay for it, right? That's what's going to drive it everywhere else, because people are going to remember mostly the experience. Like James, you were right there. You had different experiences, meeting with different people, different stories, right? Different things happening. And all that is surrounding people playing the game, right? And look at that. Usher, halftime show. right? That's a complete show. Like people normally pay a lot of money for that type of show that Usher put together. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You know, he brought in not only the man came on stage dancing and breaking down like he was still in his youth, right? Yeah, that dude, that he's not aging, which is awesome, right? He really keeping sharp and healthy. But you know, he went and brought Alicia Keys, right, on there, and then he went on his roller skate, right? And
Man, come on, JP, you going too fast, brother. You trying to transition. JP, hold up, bro. Like JP. We talking about Super Bowl commercial. He didn't went into halftime already, brother. Like we gotta talk about the game.
JP, like,
my bad, fam. My bad.
Golly, JP, come on, bro.
It's the excitement, family. See,
he
going
like
back
Shannon
to the
Sharp
experience
this morning on Get Up. Was it first?
You asked me, tall boy. You're like, what's your experience?
This morning too.
I'm not mad at it. Oh, well, before we get into the halftime, we got to talk about the game. James, you were there. Did you? What were your predictions? You weren't at the actual game, am I correct? Or did you get tickets to that $8,000 to $10,000?
Yeah. So that's no. Because of that, I did not go to the game, and I would have definitely been in trouble when I got home if I messed around and spent $8,000 for a ticket. So didn't go to the game. But before
hold on, James, James, hold on. What? You could have went to the game. You should have just let her go get a Birkin bag. That's it.
Bruh. my wife is all about Louis. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting her business out here in these streets, and
okay. All right.
I would have had to come back with 3 or 4 of them Louis, and again, I'm already know. Okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Already.
Let me say this. Let me say this before we move on, because again, I'm an old man. It's gonna fall out of my head. You remember last year's Super Bowl and the QR code? I forgot the name of the company. It was a financial company, right?
Yeah.
Who was it? So
I don't.
No one knew what it was, but you scanned the QR code and you got like free Bitcoin or whatever the case may be. So this year there was a call to action for everyone, regardless of who you were cheering for. Did everyone go to Carl's Jr. today and get their free burger?
No.
You guys remember that?
I didn't see no Carl. I didn't see no Carl. Carl Jr. was doing something.
Yeah, it was plastered all over the game,
man.
Right. Move. So right there. So everybody that was at the game, or everyone in the country, Carl's Jr. said, "Hey, after the game, come to Carl's Jr. tomorrow. We're gonna give everybody a free burger." So now let's look at the metrics and let's see how much of an impact that had. They could be the real winner out of this entire commercial thing.
And talking about QR code, I got my man Tallboy put in another one on the screen. See, that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. He said, "Get your merch." My man ain't playing. Go ahead and get the merch, man. If you're watching this thing, scan that QR code. Get Tallboy's merch today. Come on,
man. Come on, man. And if you use code Hook Me Up TBJ, Hook Me Up TBJ in all caps, you get 15% off. 15% off if you use Hook Me Up TBJ. See,
that's
there you go.
Code.
I was trying to do TBJ. They told you don't know how to spell Hook Me Up TBJ.
How you spell TBJ? All right, I'm sorry. I'm punchy right now. Again, I'm sorry. Let's keep going.
All right, so we had a game. So I know we going. I promise you, because the ladies is over here on Facebook. Sister Queen is over here. Sheila Lauren is over here. They tapping in. They over here. So they watching. If you guys would like, please feel free to come over here to Iamtallboy on YouTube and join the conversation to where we can have your comments come on the screen. I definitely would like to personally send you guys out an invite. If you guys are watching right now on Facebook, please visit YouTube/Iamtallboy. YouTube.com/Iamtallboy, and you can be a part and join the conversation over here. Okay.
Hey, Tallboy, before we proceed, real quick question for the assembly here, real quick. Any one of y'all aware or watch the ad that has to do with RFK Jr. announced that he had nothing to do with, them putting his father's face or, John, the president's face. I mean, his face over the president's face in the ad.
Yeah.
Right.
So I saw that ad, but I was at somebody's house, so I didn't get a chance. I have not taken the time to watch the commercials, but I was like, I thought it was somebody actually putting their name in the hat for presidency. That's what I thought.
It is. It's the Kennedy. But again, I watched it this morning because I didn't get the chance to see it yesterday. But he's getting backlash from the rest of the family because, again, this particular Kennedy has contrary views to the majority of the Kennedy family. I'm just going to leave it at that. Y'all go to Google, y'all do your research. But, and he's stating that a super PAC actually put that commercial together. So based on the rules of how super PACs and candidates work, he being the candidate didn't actually know what was in the commercial in and of itself. But
correct. Yeah.
He came out trip, though, right? Yeah, it was a trip.
It is, because he came out and gave a statement, right, to Fox News and letting Fox News know that he had absolutely no involvement in the conception of this ad, because he's getting, of course, that negative press now, which is hurting. He's hurting his numbers and everything that has to do with him. And he's pretty much separating himself from the whole thing because, of course, America's still traditional. Say what you want, man. They're like, don't mess with our previous president. Don't do that. If you want to position yourself, do it independently. Don't put your face on somebody else's. No, don't do that. And so that's what's happening now, and people are talking about it. I personally believe that was very interesting. I've never seen any ad like that before in the past. For me, it was not funny, right? There was nothing funny about it. And I don't know what type of thought process went into creating something like that. I'm thinking about that because I'm a creator myself, and as a cinematographer, somebody that tells a story. I'm wondering, the team or whoever was behind this, what they were thinking, like what type of message or emotion they were trying to create, because that's the purpose of anything that we create. Whenever you create a movie or commercial or short element, first of all, you're trying to make a statement. Yeah. You're trying to create an emotion, and you're trying to get a reaction. So my thing is, what type of reaction, what type of emotion, and what type of statement were they trying to make out of this? And that is open for debate, is open for interpretation. And that's what's dangerous about it. Whenever you're creating something, you got to think about the aspect where people may have a complete different interpretation about this. And this is no small place to share. This is the Super Bowl. And so you have more eyeballs on it than you can ever imagine to have. And so that is a slippery slope that I believe wasn't properly thought before they put that out. And for me, I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm going to make an assumption, and I normally don't make assumptions, but I think the super PAC that put it together was trying to be nostalgic and pull on the emotional heartstrings of the Kennedy family name. However, again, this Kennedy that's running is, again, 180 degrees in terms of how he sees things and some of his views and things of that nature. So this may be his Howard Dean moment. And if y'all remember a number of years ago when Howard Dean was out running and he was getting close, and then he made the wild yell and beckon at a speech, and he completely fell off. This right here at the Super Bowl, the whole planet is watching, and then it's completely backfired on him. And now he's got to go back the day after and apologize to his family. This could be the thing that makes him, I know he's running as an independent, but this could completely pull him off of the ballot. Don't want to go into a political conversation, but again, looking at the business of technology and the business of especially talking about these advertisements. If you paid $7 million for these 30 seconds and you're trying to pull us into you've actually probably turned everybody off of you by doing this and likening yourself to one of the leaders of the free world that a high majority of folks were actually adorned to. Now let's just keep watching. Just keep watching. Watch this cycle and see how this works. I think that completely backfired for the young man, though.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Well,
this CNN boy, MSNBC up here on the Tallboy Experience.
But we have conversations, and that's what it's about, man. Just having real conversations, and that's what it's about. Yeah. And you guys feel free to chime in, and if you are watching on the stream, we'll put the comments on if it's deemed relevant. We know that the ladies want to talk about Usher, but we got to talk about the game because there was a game that was played, and then we're gonna talk about Usher right after that. All right, because I know everybody wants to talk about Usher.
Shout out to our queens, man. Yeah. Shout out to our queens.
So Sister Queen actually lives in Las Vegas. I don't know. She said I don't want to put out her business, so she can say whatever she wants to say in the comments. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, there was a game. Who were you guys rooting for?
You go first, JP.
Man, I wasn't rooting for anybody. I was just there to see what happened. Okay. Because, I mean, let's be real, man. You just never know what's going to happen. And if you've been watching the games lately, I'm just going to put it like that. If you've been watching the games lately, you know, most predictions were not taking place, man. I mean, geez. I don't want to make anybody mad, so I'm going to keep quiet. But I'm just saying.
What JP trying to say is he wanted to see Baltimore and he wanted to see Detroit.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to say. JP, come on, man. You can let loose over here. Look, you can let loose over here. This is not a formal show. Like, you wanted to see us over there because you knew you wanted to see the pimp suits on the 50-yard line. You wanted to see you wanted to see the girls walking down the strip, trying to get a luck up on the ticket, trying to find them a player. You know you wanted to see that. You wanted to see that long money. Not that corporate money. You wanted to see that long money that that them boys be doing up in Detroit and Baltimore. That's what you wanted to see. Just go ahead and just say that's what it was. Hey, JP, just wink one time if I'm right.
He said wink one time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, James, who are you rooting for, man?
Oh, okay. See, why are you gonna pivot right there and just deviate while we got?
He don't want the pressure on him.
Hey, listen.
JP over there get to sweating. So I was actually rooting for. I am not a Patrick Mahomes fan. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not a Patrick Mahomes fan, because he's so good. He really is. At his young age, the man is so good. And I actually, so I credit it to him being a multi-sport athlete. I see a lot of baseball in the way he throws the ball and just the way he moves. So I don't like him just because he's so good. And that's actually a huge compliment. But I was rooting for San Francisco. They should have done it. They have probably one of the most dominant, dynamic squads on the team. Brock Purdy is the least athletic. I think everyone else is better than Brock Purdy on that squad. When you got a Debo, you got an Ayuk, you got a Kittle, you got my vote for MVP, you got Christian McCaffrey. That's a bad man. They should have kept giving Christian McCaffrey the ball. So I was cheering for them. And I don't know if we can get into this conversation later. I know you only asked me one question, but I'm upset with the coaching decision at the end of the game. I'm really upset about Shanahan. So I'm not going to put the cart in front of the horse. But long answer short, I was rooting for San Francisco.
Okay. I wasn't rooting for no team. I was rooting for the commercials. I was hoping that it was going to be better than what I expected. And my thing is this, and I don't want to make this a race thing, a black or white thing, but my thing is, if you give us $7 million, I'm telling you we will come out with some better commercials than that. I'm telling you, more thought-provoking. But I could not pick one. I was with Priscilla Watley yesterday, and she is Team KC. She had me go to a Super Bowl party with her, and the whole house was Kansas City, and with the exception of me and one other person. And we left in the third quarter so we can make it to another destination. But that whole house was Team Kansas City. They're from Kansas, and they weren't doing well. And I was sitting there low-key hating, like, 49ers giving it to y'all. They just running it right up the middle. They running the ball, just backing you down.
Trick plays, too.
I was like, oh, yeah, McCaffrey just went in, threw his arms out. Yeah, I was loving it. And they were all quiet. The whole house was quiet until halftime. And we'll get to that in a minute. But, hey, it was what it was. I just thought that Brock Purdy had an opportunity to do something special, to be the last pick in the draft. to do something. I could see all the storylines going his way if they would have pulled it out. Unfortunately, I really think that kick, that extra point, is what hurt the 49ers. So before they even got to halftime, there was a field goal, an extra point that was missed. And when you look at the way he kicked the ball, he kicked it from like the side of his foot instead of kicking it like he probably normally would. And I don't know. I mean, it's like one of the, this is the biggest game of the year. And I'm not saying that the game was won or lost off of that one point, but they would have never even had to go to overtime had he been precise. I mean, how many times do they block extra points? That's very rare that they block extra points.
Rookie move, because Moody is literally a rookie, but
but it's discipline, brother.
Put that out there as well.
It's discipline, whether rookie or not. You've kicked that ball for 4 years in college. You kicked that ball for 4 years in high school, and now you finally make it to the biggest stage. This is what you dream of. It's like hitting that game-winning three-point shot or knocking down that free throw, brother. I mean, this is what you dream of. So you cannot.
It's probably the pressure as well. I mean,
ain't no pressure for a kicker.
Well, going back to what James said,
65,000 people capacity in the Legion Stadium plus the entire.
There's serious pressure.
I'm not. Hold on. James, come on, man. How many people sit in the 49ers stadium week in, week out? 9 games. And then you got 9 games on the road. You telling me that there's no sold out games over there at the 49ers?
Oh, I know there are. And probably more than not, the games are sold out. But again, you were in Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and you got everyone there. You got everyone around the globe watching you at that particular time. You are a rookie playing in your first Super Bowl, and you could this game for your team. And after 28 years, because now it's been 29, after 28 years, you could be the one that wins this game for your team. Man, shoot, I'd have been throwing up all over myself.
You see what Sheila Baker said? You got one job, bro. You got one job.
I'm not.
I mean, you can look at it from both sides, right?
Yeah,
you can look at it from both sides.
But go ahead, JP.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, I mean, you can look at it from both sides
because. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
There's a reason why, there's a reason why he was trusted with the job, right? But at the same time, whenever you play, whenever you sport, I used to play basketball. Whenever you're in sports, right, you have a whole bunch of spiel that you're going to get from your coach, that you're going to get from your team members, that you're going to get from family and everyone else, right? And now, knowing everything that's on you, right, that people are watching, that you just know, you feel that pressure, right? You have the world just looking at you and trusting you and making sure you will be the one to really take you home. Sometimes, right, and I'm talking from somebody that does not have the experience of playing at the Super Bowl, right? Sometimes that can make you do what the whole world was expecting for you not to do, and so I'm saying, I bet you that there's so many people right now beating him up, and I bet you he's beating himself up more than we can do right now. But it's also good to take a step back and think about, what about the pressure he was under? I understand he didn't do it right. But what about that pressure? Why don't we give him the benefit of the doubt a little bit? That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. First off, the sports is a game of mistakes. That's first and foremost. So we're not going to knock that the basketball, football, hockey, soccer, baseball, it's a game of mistakes. And the winner is the one normally 99.9% of the time. The winner is the one who makes the least amount of mistakes. Now,
it's a good way to look at it.
So, to your point, you just said the Super Bowl, only 20% of, and I don't know the actual percentage, but only 20% have probably made it to the Super Bowl because it's that hard to get to. So your statement of what you said, going to the Super Bowl, dude, a lot of people don't get that opportunity to go. So these chances of repeating, like Detroit knew that this was the biggest chance that they could get. And they unfortunately, they did not pull it out to where they were in the Super Bowl. And, we was going to show up. Look, we would have found $10,000 to pull up to the game if Detroit would have been there. But you just don't get those opportunities. You don't get those opportunities, brother. So, I mean, it's 53 Super Bowls. And unfortunately, every team just does not get a chance to make it. So, I mean, everything has to be precise. Now, in all fairness to the 49ers, this is my humble opinion. I may be wrong. They did not lose this game. Patrick Mahomes beat them, period. Like, and this is my opinion. I may be wrong. They did everything right, even with the missed extra point, even with the fumble. The game was still tied. So at the end of the day, they still scored, but they still left too much time on the clock. And that's where I think that Mahomes said, you know what, not on my watch. And so I don't think the 49ers played a bad game. I don't think that there was one person. I think that one guy, he was running out on the field for special teams and he hurt himself. So he going to be a meme on the internet. Man. So I mean, I feel bad for the brother, but he's going to be a meme because it's like, bro, you ain't even in the game and you didn't got hurt, bro. Like, how you do that, bro? So
that was hard to watch.
But
Sister Queen giving me a hard time. She's saying there's no excuse. My Lord, it's tough.
I know, right? She ain't playing.
nah, bro. This is sports, bro.
I'm just saying me. Again, if I was in the position, and I'm not going to argue or debate it, but this is all cool discussion. But there's a lot of pressure on that 3-4 second interval of when the hike and then when you got to kick and you do. It's rinse and repeat, James. It's rinse and repeat. And you do, how many kicks do you do before every game? How many kicks do you do throughout the season? How many kicks do you do during the playoffs? Now look, and then to add insult to injury, he made a Super Bowl record at the start of the game. He made the Super Bowl record. I'm not a perfect man. So like I said, make mistakes in my life as well too. So if you put kick a ball, I'm gonna miss a couple of times too.
Well, you gonna miss 99% of the time, and I'm
gonna miss 99% of them.
But what I'm saying is this, brother, and I'm not beating him up and saying he was the sole reason for the loss. But what I'm saying, this is just my humble opinion. You practice that all the time, and you know that. Now, maybe somebody should have been in his ear and said, come on, man, we need this. And, I mean, you never know what's going in. I mean, the snap could have been low. But all I saw was he did not kick that ball the way he normally kicks it. So, I mean, it looked like it was a perfect snap. It looked like it was a perfect placement. It just seemed like the kick was a little off. So, I mean, like I said, how many extra points get blocked? What was the Goldie Hawn? She had that movie with football, Wildcats, and they blocked the football like that. Like you can't block the extra point, brother. Like I just haven't seen too many blocked extra points in the NFL. I mean, maybe one or two in a year. So for this to be on the biggest stage, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna beat the man up. I don't think the 49ers personally lost. I do think, this is just my humble opinion, I just think that Patrick Mahomes actually Patrick Mahomes beat the 49ers, not the 49ers lost that game. That's my thought.
I'm not going to.
That part I agree with. Part I agree with. I'll let you chime in, but I'll say this.
Before you do that, let me put this on the screen so people can do their commenting. What are your thoughts of the San Francisco 49ers performance? And then after I give you this, James, you finish your statement. All right. 1, on your phone. They did a good job. No reason to hang your head. 2, they didn't lose. Mahomes just beat them. 3, if you want to beat the best, you got to put them down. 4, I would have kicked the ball instead of receiving it in overtime. Or 5, they shouldn't be in the Super Bowl. Detroit should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let us know in the comments. James, finish your statement, brother.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say hindsight is always 20/20. And we Monday morning quarterbacks right now have that insight capability. So it is what it is. The game ended the way that it did. The man missed the kick. I also don't fault him for that. I'm just saying, hey, there is that chance. No one's perfect. So that happened. It got blocked. He kicked it low. It was a low snap, whatever the case may be. But again, that's why we watch sports, for the entertainment. Hopefully no one had any money on that particular bet. Hopefully you put more bet on how many times they flashed Taylor Swift instead of on Moody's game winning cake. There we go.
There you go. All right.
There
So
we
now,
go.
so now we talked about the 49ers. Y'all,
Yeah.
the people have spoken. They did a good job. They did their job. No reason to hang your head. All right. So I mean, and then number 3, if you want to beat the best, you got to put them down. I mean, I really think that is what it is.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we got to talk about the winning team. There was a lot of moving pieces over there. You had there was no movement with the ball in the first half, but I think from a veteran team, it was like, hey, we still got 4 quarters, right? And at the end, you clearly saw that they came through in the clutch. You also saw Kelce and the coach get into it a little bit. There was a couple drop balls on the biggest stage, so just like we were going to beat up the kicker, you can't handle drop passes. I mean, especially, moving the chains. You can't do that, So, I mean, thank God that they were able to kick the field goal and
Pacheco
put it
and McCaffrey both fumbled the ball. Right?
Yep.
2 running backs who don't fumble.
right. Yeah.
Talking about making mistakes, right?
Yeah. So, like I said,
You
the
said
game
it
is full of
best.
mistakes. The game is full of
You
mistakes.
said it best, man. Exactly. So you said it best. I mean, things will always happen. Like it's just how it's the nature of the beast, right? Things will always happen, right? You always get some type of disappointment. Like I said earlier, the coach and the players, trust me, they beat themselves up more than anybody else. Like we can do a better job than calling them out, right? But that's just the nature of the beast. Things will happen. Mistakes will take place. Some type of disappointments will happen. But ultimately, it is what it is, right? It's not a perfect game. Nobody's perfect. And so we can only take our losses and hope for a better thing. And one thing that you said that was really, really awesome, I'm glad that you said that, is acknowledging as well that the list of teams, the list of players that make it to the Super Bowl is short. Right? Not every team makes it there. So I want to take the time to even applaud the teams that made it there. Because here's the fact of the matter. Every single team wanted to win, but you can only get one winner. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Right? So I salute every single team that made it to the Super Bowl. It means they've done something right. They've worked hard to get there. Now, like this segment, made the best win. The best took it home, right? And we also applaud and say congratulations to the winning team. Y'all did a great job. Thank you for that. Let's keep it moving.
Do you think Kelce should have been benched for bumping into Kelce or yelling at Reed? Do you think that was the right punishment, or do you think that they should have just let him play and then deal with the discipline after the season?
I got a lot to say about this. We ain't got the time for night. Y'all
Just give us a brief synopsis, brother.
Yes and no and yes. So I understand the passion, and I expect the passion from a player, especially at that high level in a situation like this. So I understand the passion, but man, you can't run up on your coach like that. You got to respect the coach. You can't run up on him and practically knock the man down. You can't knock Andy Reid down. Come on, that right there should be dealt with. Now, when will it be dealt with? I think it'll be dealt with now after the season. And on the way home from Vegas last night, I was actually thinking about this on the flight. I can see the GM, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce in a room, in an office, and just having this conversation with them, just hollering at him, say, "Hey, man, listen, right? Whoa! I understand you were in this mode. We were in this zone. You had a lot of emotion. You had a lot of passion. But let's make sure that we channel that emotion." And make sure that we stay locked in on the task at hand. Again, understanding the competitiveness, understanding the sport, understanding the aggressive, understanding all those things, and the point in time. I just think that again, you got to be a little more respectful, and you got to channel that. You got that C on your shirt too. You're the captain. You can't be one out here a couple games ago throwing your helmet against the back. And causing all that ruckus. You got to show a little bit more example if you're the captain of a team that's now we're talking about probably a dynasty within this league.
Right.
I'm not going too far into it, but again, so that's why I say yes, I understand a little bit, but no, he shouldn't have done that. And I think there should be some more conversation about how he dealt with that. Maybe we need to focus that energy on the field. Let coach do what he needs to do. Let the OC do what they need to do. Let the DC do what they need to do, and you stand behind that, as opposed to you coming up and almost knocking down poor Coach Andy Reid. Man, he got brand new hips. He can't do it. Come
Shout
on,
out to Rich Vibes. He over there talking about he got to impress his girlfriend.
You never catch up, man. She a billionaire. He only a multimillionaire.
So I will say this, and this is somebody coming from someone who played professional sports, and I'm not saying what was done was right, and I'm not saying what was done was wrong. But me playing professional sports, I've been in a position in overseas where some things were not going the way that we needed it to go, and the coach started yelling at me, and I got up in his face, and I yelled at him right back in the middle of the game. And people thought I was loco. They was like, I'm in South America, I'm in Uruguay, and I literally snapped on the guy. They even got a magazine, the basketball magazine, and they got pictures of me pointing down at the coach. I mean, it's when I look at it, it's kind of intimidating, So, but I was in a position like that in the middle of a game. It wasn't a championship game or anything like that. And I'm not saying what I did was right, but in the heat of the moment, what I was trying to express and what he was trying to express, we both weren't on the same page. And I got frustrated. And we all were frustrated, but I let it be known, and it was a TV game. So people in Argentina and in Uruguay all saw it, and they all thought I was crazy. Within 48 hours, they called themselves trying to address it. And it was addressed in a way that I felt like, hey, if this is how y'all going to address it, then send me home back to America and just pay me what you owe me. And we were able to come up with a different conclusion. And then I had to be on my P's and Q's for the rest of my stint while I was out there. So I'm not agreeing and saying that he was wrong, and I'm not saying that he was right, because I understand what it's like to be in the heat of the moment. You do have to respect your coach, because he is the authority figure, and whatever those decisions are, you got to do what you got to do. But at the same token, as a player, that passion. And I had a lot of respect for the coach. So it wasn't like I was disrespecting the coach, but in that moment, and sports is a game full of emotions. And everybody tells you that you have to channel your emotions in a certain way. Take it out on the team, but don't take it out on your teammates or your coach or the fans. But, I want to win, just like you want to win. And, so like I said, I don't agree, but I don't disagree. I understand, so I can't be mad at him. I do think that they're going to address it, but because he won, or because they won, and because he's the captain, and to be honest with you, I don't think Kelce gives two rats asses whether they punish him or not. Like, do whatever you're going to do, because I'm still going to be Kelce. And that's how I was. I'm going. He don't really care. So you're going to fine me? Fine me. But you know what I can do. And that was my attitude when I was in that situation. You going to fine me? Cool. Now, with the fine that they were trying to give me, I said, oh, hell no, y'all ain't doing that. But if that's the case, send me back home, and I'll go find another team to go play for. And then once I was willing to walk away, like Kelce, hey, I know who I am. It was one of those situations. So I understand that. I understand his position. I don't agree, because you have kids, you have families watching, and you got all these girls watching, and even young players, they look up to this man. And, that's not the image that you want to portray. But I also understand the passion. So it's kind of like it's bigger than you. If that, what they always say, the game is bigger than you. So that's the best way that I can put it out there. I hope I said that in an effective way. And before we say any more comments, let me put this on the screen. What are your thoughts of the Kansas City Chiefs? In the comments on your phone, let us know. 1, they are a dynasty in the making. 2, pay those players. You can't touch them. 3, that damn Mahomes is the truth. 4, I can't believe they won. 5, it's the Taylor Swift effect. Put her on the roster. Or 6, I'm no hater, but I'm not feeling them. 1 through 6, let us know on your phone. What are your thoughts of the Kansas City Chiefs? Now, I got to say, I had said that I thought that they were going to put Taylor Swift on the screen I had predicted over 75 times. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I thought, because I thought that they were going to be winning, even though I wanted the 49ers to win. I said, if they are in the, in the lead, they're going to, every time he does something, they're going to put her on the screen. Unfortunately, he was benched, so there was no Taylor Swift moments until the fourth quarter and until overtime. And it was funny because every time he made a play, it was like, oh, here comes the Taylor Swift moment. And the directors have been directed. So one of the ladies that was at the party was saying, why the hell are they putting Taylor Swift on there? We want to watch the game. That came from a woman that was at this party that we were at. And my attitude was, it's not the cameraman, it's the director. The director is saying, go to Taylor, go to Taylor, go to Taylor, zoom in, get that moment, because they got 50 screens, 75 screens inside that truck. So they can see everything that she's doing. Go, take it to Taylor real quick. And then they'll, show that shot. But they did not do that. So I definitely give them their props on that. But at the same token, once the game was solidified, we saw the hug, we saw the kiss, we saw, the embrace, we saw all of that crazy stuff. And, it is what it is. So, I mean, your thoughts on Taylor Swift?
I mean, you don't want to ask me, I'd rather, you don't want to ask me. I just, I'm a father, a family man. You don't want to ask me. Let me just put it like that. I don't. Taylor Swift is just a pill that I don't swallow. Let me just put it like that. All right.
JP said he ain't.
I'm gonna let her be. I'm not going to, like my grandma said, you have nothing good to say. Just keep quiet. Say nothing.
Come on, JP. Come on,
leave it like that.
Give me the tall boy experience. Give me the JP Hi-Tech experience over here, man. Tell it like it is, brother.
The only thing I would tell you, I really don't swallow Taylor Swift's pill. I just don't. I don't embrace the thing she stands for. I don't embrace her music. I don't embrace the way she exposes a lot of things on stage. I just don't swallow that, right? And so I'd rather just not even comment on Taylor Swift. And honestly, whenever there's anything that has to do with her, I just keep it moving, right? Because when I compare, right, how she started and how she's transformed to what she is now, both on the outside appearance and in her music, boy, is a 360, right? Is a 360. And so for me, a hard pass on that, right? So let me hear what y'all got to say on Taylor. But before I let you comment on that, what my only thing I wanted to say on the previous statement, right, is this game is also a game of discipline. Okay, so emotion or not, you have to be disciplined and know your place. And remember that we're carrying an image, and what message are we sending? Regardless of our emotions. I'm an employer myself, and trust and believe, regardless of how things go, you need to know your place if you're just going off in front of a client and all that, because repercussions will follow. Because there is a certain message that is not acceptable to send out. It comes with it, and so that's all I'm gonna say. Even though I understand that there's a lot of things that happens in the heat of the moment, still, whenever you're on stage, you have to know your place. Now, if you cannot know your place and you just go off, every time a player goes off, they know what they're doing. Even though they got upset, you're going off. If my son was to go off of me, regardless of the reason, he knows he's going off of me. He can't do it. There's a place to talk about it. There's a place to address it. There's a time for everything. We can't have players going off. It's not acceptable. But it sends a different message, man.
But in all fairness, it's not like he has a habit of this. It'd be different if he was like a Dennis Rodman, and Dennis Rodman is one of my favorite players. It's not like he's a Draymond Green. He's not doing this randomly to where I don't want to give him a pass because he's the captain, but then I'm also saying that I hear what you're saying. It's not like he's a repeat offender. He's not like who was the brother that took off his stuff last year? Antonio, am I saying it from Tampa Bay?
Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Antonio Brown.
It's not like he's an Antonio Brown around here. He's not that at all. He's not a bad boy.
No. He's not. He's not. But you said something, right? Just to pull from your personal experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
You shared how similar things happened to you in the past, right? In Europe, right? And after that, the way they were trying to decide, kind of like to punish you per se or whatever to address the situation. You didn't.
They was trying to take look, they tried to take 80% of my salary.
Okay,
so 20% okay, but 80, bruh,
right? So
you ain't paying me no money anyway. That's my thought.
Now, yeah. So here's the thing, right? He's the captain. Yes. And you, James, you mentioned something. You said something earlier that you don't believe that he really cares what they gonna do to him, right? Like, why? It's because he knows who he is as well. There's a certain arrogance,
and also because they won. Winning corrects all evils and corrects all issues.
Typically,
So
right. Typically he does, right? And also, so he's like, you know what? There's a little. I'm not saying he's an arrogant person, right? Let me be clear. But there's always that confidence that quote unquote stands with a little arrogance. Or like, come on, it's James. Come on, it's JP. Come on, it's Tall Boy. You know what I mean? Like, I know what to bring to the table type of thing. And so that also plays a little role with like, I forget this, man. I'm good. We were good. But ultimately, he's awesome. They brought it home. And the only thing we can say, we can't condone that, All we can say is we hope this does not become, repetitive, right?
So let me ask you this question, and then we're going to move on from this. If he was black, do you think that it would have been highlighted more and talked about it more in the media today?
We already know.
And if I'm saying, and they won. So let's just say it was Deebo Samuel that had did this, and they won the Super Bowl. Do you think that they would have talked about the bump? Or the fact that they won is like, all right, well, we'll discuss it, but we're not going to talk about it. Because if they had lost, that would have been one of the top headlines. We already know that. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they won, and had it been Deebo Samuel that had did this and he bumped Shanahan and they won, would they be harping about that? That's my question.
The thing I will say to this is this. There's nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself, right? So based on history, based on how players of colors, right, have been treated, all I can tell you is, in my humble opinion, if it was a player of color, well, it will have been handled differently by the media versus the way he is. Of course, we're all, having the same opportunity, but it's just reality, right? Despite the fact that it won, that will have been playing, in the news and in the media. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And that's a reality that we need to know, and understand that that's just how it goes. It is what it is, but it's the truth, right? So there's nothing new under the sun. And if that was the case, I wouldn't be surprised either, right? Like I said, I'm like, all right, there we go again. We're used to this, right? We're used to this picture. We just got to keep moving and not let that be what defines us in what we achieve in life. It's that simple. That would be my comment to it.
All right, there it is. All right, so here's the statements. I put it on the screen one more time. This is what you guys said. What are your thoughts? They said that damn Mahomes is the truth. We didn't even talk about Mahomes. We've been talking about all the controversy. Taylor Swift and Kelce. We didn't even talk about Mahomes coming through in the clutch, like fourth quarter. James, fourth quarter, did you think that, overtime, did you think that when they kicked that field goal, did you think that they were going to pull it out? Or at what point did you know that they were going to win? At what point did you know?
What point did I know that Kansas City was going to win?
Yeah.
When, be honest with you, when the 49ers elected to receive the ball. Because I know the rules. And if you give Patrick Mahomes 30 seconds on the clock, he will
say that.
March downfield and he will make you look real stupid. Because again, I don't like the man because he's so good, and that's all he needs. He is the next Tom Brady. He can do those kinds of things. And if you don't know the rules, and if you elect to receive the ball when the rules state that everyone gets an opportunity to try to score a touchdown, why not let them score? Let them march down the field and let them get their 3 points. If they get a touchdown, okay, now we know what we have to do. Now we know if we have to always be taking advantage of 4 downs. Now we know how we're going to play second and short, third and long, whatever the case may be. Kyle Shanahan is one of these architects. He knows this. He should. And again, I'm not sure why there was a lapse of judgment and why they decided to take the ball first. Maybe again, it was. I don't even know. I wasn't on the field at that particular time, so I don't know. But that right there. So at the beginning of overtime, when the San Francisco 49ers elected to receive the ball, that's when I knew they lost.
Wow.
I
JP,
knew that right there.
when did you know, JP, that they lost?
Guess what? I didn't even watch it. I left. I mean, you're talking about tall boy experience, right? I left. It's
left.
just what it is.
You left at overtime? You
Yeah,
left?
man.
Wow. So you already knew once the overtime started that the game was over with.
Come on, man. Yeah. Who doesn't know, brother? Who doesn't know? I mean,
Well, in all fairness, and I think a lot of people are not looking at this way. Their defense was on the field last, right? So if their defense was on the field last, and then they get the chance to get the ball, now they're giving their defense a chance to rest. And Brock Purdy was already playing so well. So because Brock Purdy was playing so well, it's like, let him do his thing. Unfortunately, they just stopped him. I think they should have went for it on 4th down. That's what I think, because I think it was like a third and 4.
Hold up. Well, why did you think that?
Because he was already playing well. So all he had to do is just, hey, it is what it is. I thought he was playing well enough to do his thing. So me, knowing that my defense is already rested, but I understand you have to play it safe because you can't be. Who was the team that we just got through watching? Oh, Detroit Lions, and then they didn't take a chance on it. So it's like you can't do certain things, and it's like that was a rookie mistake as a coach. But me, I would have took a chance, and that if you would have made the play, it would have been a gutsy call, and you would have been deemed the hero. But if you miss the play or you mess up, then you're deemed, do you know what you're doing? So considering that the defense just came off the field, considering that Brock Purdy was playing well, they had went down the field. They only needed a short amount of yards to get the 4th down. I would have went for it. Now, going for the field goal, hey, cool. I can live with the 3 points. I knew the game was over with when it was 4th and 2 or 4th and 1 or whatever it was when it was on the 30, because I was like, this is it. This is it. And then all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes ran for 10, 15 yards or something like that. And I'm like, oh, well, that's it. That's the game. I'm still talking I'm still talking my noise. But my thing was, if you can stop him here, but then when he got that 1st down and then they marched down and they put that, Pacheco, he put his head down and he did his own thing, and he just kept going. And it was like, okay. Then when they got inside the 10, we knew the game was over with then. So I knew it was over when it was a 4th down or 3rd down, and they were like on the 40 or the 30-yard line, and he got that 1st down. That's when I knew that was it.
Man, sadly, I'm in overtime now. My phone is buzzing. I gotta fly out and jump with my parachute, man. You stopped me when I was talking about that Usher show, man. You stopped me, man. Come on.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. All right, so
Go ahead. Say that
go
for
ahead.
next time.
Yeah. They'll go say your comment, and then we're gonna go jump into the Super Bowl halftime thing. Say your comment, and we'll go into that.
No, all right. What I was saying is, I was personally, pleasantly not surprised, but impressed, I should say, right? Positively impressed by how dynamic of a show Usher put and offered the people, right? He really brought the big guns because if we notice, he went and he changed and came back, right? That by itself is a lot, right? And not only that, I mean, roller skating, man, come on. That's not an easy thing to do. And he's been doing that for a while now in different stages. But still, I'm always impressed at how he did it now. I'm not sure one part when he what's the name of that artist again? I forgot. He went in between his legs, he slid down between his legs, right? When he was trying to get up, he almost fell, but I'm not sure people noticed that. He recovered in a majestic way, man. That was really smooth. And so what I want to say is it was a really, really good halftime show. And the close they were with a retro that Luda came on stage and they did their thing. So shout out to Usher, man. That's not easy. That was a lot of preparation. You could tell how well they were prepared to really put on the show for everyone, and it was something to appreciate. So shout out to them.
James, anything you gonna say before I start talking about ATL?
No, man. I'm gonna keep it short because again, we want to be cognizant of time. But I will say this, and I will say this in all sincerity. It was Black excellence. Listen, Usher came out there and he brought out Alicia. He brought out Luda. He brought out Lil Jon. He brought out everyone. We all wanted to hear the My Way. We wanted to hear the Confessions album. We wanted to hear them old tracks, right? We was all out there screaming, yeah. I got some video of me acting a fool yesterday, right? But he gave us what we wanted and then gave us a little bit of the new stuff with the roller skates and things of that nature. But it was so good to see so many folks out there doing something. And probably that image right there is probably the only bit of controversy that I've seen circulating throughout the day. Lord, what is Swiss Beats gonna say? Wait till Swiss Beats get you on the phone. But you know what? Again, we're fabric.
But that's skate culture here in Atlanta, brother. Like, that's what we do. You going to Golden Glide, you going to Cascade, you going to Sparkles. Y'all seen ATL? That whole movie was based on skating. That's what we do. But when he came out and he skated and he looked in the camera like, hey, but when he did that, I was like, yeah, that's all ATL. Peace up, A-Town down. Like, you got to give it to him. Lil Jon,
that was smooth.
I mean, so smooth, bro. But that's what we do. That's the culture. Like, the culture. James, the next time you come to Atlanta, I'm gonna take you to Cascade. I'm gonna take you to Golden Glide. I mean, I remember I bought skates, and I wear a size 17. I bought skates because 3-6 Mafia was at Golden Glide. I was in college.
Wow.
I said, I gotta have some skates because 3-6 Mafia is here and I ain't got no skates, and everybody out here tear the club up and all that other stuff. Man, and I couldn't skate. And I literally got on the internet and found me some size 17s, and I had them skates all the way up until about 2 years ago, brother. So yeah, that Usher performance was amazing. I think he did his thing. I mean, you can't say nothing bad about the brother. I mean, he's everybody's cousin. The women love him. I mean, you can't call him the uncle because he's still young. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say uncle. So, I mean, he's everybody's play cousin. He is a heart dropper. He gonna steal you, Mr. Steal Your Girl. Like, that is him. He will do that. He will steal gin from you. JP, what's your wife's name?
Mrs. JP.
He will stay. He will still Mrs. J because she gonna get the melting and everything. You gonna be looking at him like, yeah, brother, you got this. But me and her gonna have this conversation when we get home. He gonna say we gonna have this conversation. Look, JP said we gonna have this conversation before we get to the concert.
No, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
He is coming to concert.
Game is tight around here, so I don't know.
Listen, he may be Usher and all, but JP been bringing it down, man.
Hey, JP.
Hey, speak it.
Come on, let's not be humble on the screen right now.
I mean, I'm usually humble, but man, don't make me for real.
For real. Hey, what you don't know? Go ahead.
No, man. I'm not just a little somebody playing underground somewhere. No. You should look me up, Google me, man. See my accomplishments, man. See what I own, what I've established here in Nashville and Tennessee. You don't know who you're playing with. Don't mess around with me. I got all the people, man. That
started off.
their salary depends on JP. keeping it successful, man. You know, having families and families that you taking care of. Come on, man. Let's be real.
So
Ain't got a
Usher
whole
can't
lot
come
of
in.
brothers that
Usher
doing
can't
that.
come in
James,
and smile
I
at him.
gotta
He
say
can't.
it.
Hold up, JP.
Yeah,
You telling me
you
Usher
better
just
say-
can't
no,
come
hey.
in and give her that look?
Here's the thing: it's more
He
than
can
just
look
a
all he
smile.
want to. He can look all
He
want
can
to.
look all he want to, man. He can smile
Go.
all he want to. Just leave that alone, man. The show and all that, man.
Because we
Leave that
gonna
alone.
respectfully disagree.
Yeah, give me this DoorDash. She said, I need that DoorDash promo code. I am not mad at you, Sheila Baker. Run me my food.
I'm
not
just
mad
saying,
at
you know, James is over there waiting. You know, he's barely grumbling. Like, I gotta
Yeah,
go
yeah.
get some
We
weed,
wrapping
man.
up after this. We wrapping up after this, y'all. So I mean, I'm sorry that we dragged it out, but we knew it was going. This was going to be the hot topic. We knew all the ladies was going to want to talk about this one, and the comments are still flowing through here. Someone, she said, someone won every item that was advertised during the Super Bowl about the DoorDash commercial. See, we talking about Alicia Keys and Ludacris and was that Will.I.am that came out? That's the person that
I don't
skates. That's the person.
Was that him?
I didn't recognize him at first. Yeah, that was Will. Yeah.
That's the person.
I didn't
That's the
recognize him
skates.
either.
He came up underneath the skates on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sheila Baker said, "No, I do care, but I want that DoorDash." That's what she's saying. I was dancing.
She like
Look, the women chiming in on this one over here.
Miss Sheila, here's what I will say, tall boy.
Because I mean, he came with that thunder, and then she did a beautiful performance as well.
Yes,
I didn't know who that was.
What on
the
earth is Usher doing,
man? Hey, her had remnants of Prince, and she she channeled Prince do her whole solo, and shouts out to her because she's from the Bay Area. She's from my way over here too. Shouts out to Vallejo. Her did a thing, man. Her did a thing. God, though.
Yeah, she did that. Comments. 1, yeah, in my Usher voice. 2, it was all right. 3, top 5 performance. 4, it is what it is. 5, glad it's over. 6, y'all know it wasn't no damn 15 minutes. Or 7, I want more. 1 through 7, let us know in the comments. What are your thoughts of the Super Bowl 53 halftime performance with Usher and friends? James, which one would you pick, brother? Which one would you pick?
You got a couple of them up there, but I was screaming, yeah, the whole time, even before. So I put one in there. Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah. That $695 a bottle tequila shots that I was taking had me doing some.
You see Sister Queen over here talking about you need to talk about these Jermaine Dupri socks.
I was trying to leave him alone.
Me too, man, for real.
Man, what that brother was playing. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Y'all leave my guys alone, man. It is.
Leave him alone.
He said we're gonna try and leave him alone. All right, guys. Yeah. Lastly, before we get up out of here, I think I tackled everything. I know y'all ready to eat, so I definitely look. They all in the comments. 1, 5, and 1, 3, and 7. 1, 5, and 7. They all got something to say. Man, Lord, they like, hey, and all the ladies is tapping in, and then here come Rich Vibes talking about power sliding.
Listen, man, that's how you do it.
He was power sliding. I ain't mad at y'all, man. I'm not mad at it. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, man. And we should do this more often. I don't really get off into sports too heavily, but even though I played professional sports, but I figured this was a universal thing, and maybe next year we might do this and it could be on a bigger or grander scale. I am going to ask you guys in the comments, what do you think of the overall Super Bowl? No, that wasn't the question I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask, did the NFL make a bad decision in having the Super Bowl in Las Vegas? What are your thoughts on that?
Should have been in Nashville, man. Should have been in Nashville, man. It should have been in Nashville, brother. I mean, Nashville has taken the power. You know what I mean? Nashville is the city that's popping now, right? You got to come to Nashville. We already know that Las Vegas is old school, old news, man. You want the most current news, and you want things that are really jamming. Got to come to Nashville. That's all I'm gonna say. This is what I've done in Nashville. Hopefully, they'll bring it to Nashville so it can be local to me. Listen, man, I'm being real, man. That would be nice. You know, I've never attended the Super Bowl, but if they have it in Nashville, you already know I'm there, man. I'm there.
James, what do you think? Did the NFL make a bad decision in having the Super Bowl in Las Vegas?
No, it was an economic decision, right? And the NFL did very well. Las Vegas did very well. I think new stadium, right? So the venue was right. No, long answer short, no, they did well. New Orleans next year is going to be nice too. Nashville would have been great because listen, I know the Gaylord Opryland, and so I got a place to stay already. And Nashville is a great city.
Come on through, man. You're staying in my house. Yeah, what you talking about?
But hey, you got that recorded, right? But no, I think it all worked out. It worked out. Vegas can accommodate the event like this, so. And the stadium, like I said, 65,000 people can fit in the door, and there was enough to do afterwards and before, and all. It's one of those cities, right? It's a Los Angeles, it's a Las Vegas, it's a Nashville, it's a New Orleans. It's certain places where you can really get down, and Vegas was a good one.
Yep. And just FYI, man, they're building a brand new stadium right here in Nashville. So, yeah, just to let you all know. We already got a very nice stadium, but they're building another one, a bigger one. So, yeah, that's the place to be. So, hey, like I said, I'm going to repeat it on recording. You're coming down here.
Zone. It's going to be called the Perfect Zone Coliseum. Perfect Zone Coliseum. Y'all Google Perfect Zone.
I'll say amen to that. Amen to that. I'm going to seal it with an amen because, that needs to take place. But you're coming down here. And this exclusively for James Hicks. You're coming down here to watch the game. You're staying at my house.
Appreciate you,
If
brother.
I hear you staying at the hotel, man, we're going to have a problem. So you staying at my house, brother.
I ain't going to get in trouble over here now. Tallboy, I'm going to stay in right.
Well, just let me stay in the what is that, mother-in-law suite in your backyard or something like that. Because the way them hotel and them Airbnb prices be, brother, I'm pulling up, bro. Invite or no invite.
We'll put you at the Gaylord.
No, I can't afford the Gaylord. I ain't got no Gaylord money, brother. I got some tall boy money. That's all I got, brother.
It's just 700, man. It's just 700 a night. Just 700. Man. That's tall boy.
No, man, y'all tripping, bro. I'm trying to do the whole thing on a budget. So in the comments, did the NFL make a bad decision in having the Super Bowl in Las Vegas? 1, it's Vegas, baby. You got to pay to play. 2, the players were going to Vegas anyway after the win. 3, the NFL didn't want the average fan to be there. 4, you got to learn how to ball on a budget. 5, every team has a right to have it in their respective city. Or 6, nothing against the NFL. The city inflated their prices. 1 through 6. I had a phone call today with a friend of mine, and I thought he would have landed by now, but he's still in the air. And he said, I called him today. And I said, hey, man, you still there? He's like, yeah, I got about 2 more hours before I leave. I said, did you get any merch? He's like, man, I got a hat. I said, man, you know the rules, man. We've been doing this for a minute. I'm going to give y'all some game over here. If y'all ever go to a Super Bowl again, Tallboy know how to do things on a budget. You don't buy stuff during the week of Super Bowl or leading up to the Super Bowl. You wait till the day after the Super Bowl. So you actually technically don't fly out till Tuesday morning because that's normally the cheaper flight because everybody's trying to get home on Monday. They have a place, and they said it was at the Mandalay Bay this year. This is where I found out. I wasn't even in Vegas, and I already know where everything was. Get to the Mandalay Bay, and everything is discounted with the exception of all the championship gear. So the losing team stuff is deeply discounted. The stuff leading up to, they just want to get rid of the stuff, and they just trying to get that last bit of coin, and it's open for the next, those 2 days after the Super Bowl, that Monday and that Tuesday. And you can go in and go get you some gear. And I've gotten a lot of Super Bowl gear in New York, New Orleans, and also Atlanta and Houston. Just being in areas. Just waiting. Not taking that Monday morning flight back home. Yeah, I wait and like I said, make my way over to that to the NFL store. And when I make my way over to the NFL store, we make our plays. So like I said, you got to know how to ball on a budget. So, but you don't know these things unless you've done them a couple of times, because most people probably only have one experience of the Super Bowl. And once they have that one experience, it's like, okay, the diehard fans go on multiple occasions, if that makes sense. And then the super fan, like my guy, he's a super fan of the Super Bowl. And actually, he has a website called SuperbowlSuperfan.com. I want to say that's what it is. And he's gone to so many consecutive Super Bowls. I think he's like number 7 on the list. He's in the top 10 of the list of the most consecutive Super Bowls. I don't know where he gets all that money to go. He said he did not go this year because he was not going to pay that astronomical price. So I think his streak was broken from not being able to go to the game this year. But he did go, and he told me, I'm trying to see if I can pull this up. So after the game, James, did you do any after parties?
I did, man. But listen, I apologize for this, man.
No,
Again, I'm
no,
being
I
hailed,
understand.
and
She's looking at you.
when Mama calls.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, James got to go.
Yo,
Well,
same thing happening to me right now, man.
okay.
I hear. So yeah, she at the door right now, but we can
She
get
giving-
to it later, man.
Yeah.
text, man,
Hey, it's time to ride out. Look, I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Y'all have a good time eating that dinner, and say that damn tall boy couldn't get it right in the beginning and he was taking too long at the end. So y'all go ahead and enjoy y'all's evening. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna wrap it out, so I'm not gonna hold y'all. Thank y'all for joining this, and we'll do this again in the near future. All right, y'all be good.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I was
Stay
blessed
up.
night. All right, bye.
So as I was saying, they tapped up out of here, but like I said, I got some video footage that was sent to me. A few snippets here or there. I'm not gonna play them all the way through, but I got a few snippets saying that I can't play that. No, you're gonna get copyrighted. No. What's that number right there? There we go. Turn that volume down. We cannot get caught up in a situation. Let's see. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. Snoop and Dr. Dre performed, and if I'm correct, they performed. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you where they were at last night. I got a phone call saying Tallboy. Got a message saying Snoop and Dr. Dre performed last night at the after party. I'm just trying to find out exactly where it was at. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull that information up. And then there was another video of them doing California Love right there. And they said, I was told, they said Snoop and Dre was at an after party at the Encore Beach Club, and Post Malone was at the Uber One party. And then Post Malone video is right here. And there we go. This is California Love. This is them performing California Love right here at the Encore Beach Party. And also, we were able to get some Post Malone video over at the Uber One party. So not sure what that actual location was, but a chance to see Post Malone do his thing. Like I said, relationships are really key around here. And and then lastly, what do we have here? We had, I thought I had it. Well, T.I. also performed as well. I don't know why I don't have the T.I. video in here, but they said T.I. also performed as well. He had his own private party. He also got a couple of questions, one-on-ones at the press conference with JB from CBS. I don't have that content here yet, but we may do another show or stream with him on, and he can talk about it. And then, yeah, there's some other stuff. I have to read those comments at a later time and date. So I definitely want to say thank y'all for hanging out with us. It is the Tall Boy experience. We got to do this again. Unfortunately, we had some mishaps here or there, and we'll work them out to where the next stream will be better. So, like I said, this was a little different than normal, but I was not expecting to go this long or go live this long. So, but we were just having a good time and we were rocking. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. So, I do have some other footage, but I have to wait and get it all processed and stuff like that. So, a lot of moving parts behind the scenes. And like I said, thank y'all for hanging out with me. As always, you guys are appreciated. Please hit the like button, subscribe button. This is the second YouTube channel. A lot of you guys know that I am on the Lab Tech Show on Wednesdays. And I would love for you guys to come hang out with me. So if you guys are watching the Lab Tech Show Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube at the Lab Tech Show. And then if you would like to support James is also on Wednesdays at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 Pacific Time at Team No Sleep. And then JP, he has his book. I would love for you guys to support him. Get your copy. Live Stream Like a Boss. I think that's written by JP Hi-Tek. All right, so get your copy. All the information is right there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what we're doing. And yeah, I don't have any much else to say. You just, hey, we're here. Let me see. Thank you, Tall Boy. Cheers, bro. I enjoyed this, Tall Boy. It was fun. That's what's up, man. We just got to get more people to watch. I got to do this more often. And, you know, we got to do this. You know, we just got to do this more. We have the equipment to do it. You just got to have a format, if that makes sense. And once we have the format down, just like we have the Lab Tech Show, we can have some fun over here too. So like I said, just trying to be more creative, doing more things, and also letting people know that, hey, we're coming back over here. This Iamtallboy page, it has been neglected for about 2 years, and it's time for us to, do our ATL thing over here. So we're going to be doing more content over here. TBJ will be back. And he'll be doing some more over here. So if you guys don't know who TBJ is, that is our animated cartoon character. So with that being said, yeah, we're going to be doing some more things over here. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Don't forget to check out Mission 22 before I leave out of here. Once again, that's mission22.com. Support in any way that you can. And thank you to Red Earls for coming on and talking about the Celebrity Sweat, Mission 22, and all their great efforts with the military. All right. So, yeah, tomorrow, look forward to seeing you guys live, 8 o'clock Eastern, Wednesday, tomorrow. I'm saying tomorrow. That tomorrow's Tuesday. Wednesday, the Lab Tech Show on YouTube. All right. But yeah, we'll do this again real soon. Anything else? Have a good night, y'all. Y'all be good. I don't have anything else to say, but we got to go. Hey, Tall Boy outro. Where is it at? Tall Boy outro. I don't see the Tall Boy outro. Well,
you already know.
Ow.
Tall Boy.
Y'all be good, man. Super Bowl. You know how they do it. The Kansas City Chiefs won. I can't believe it.